Welcome to our deep dive into one of the most notoriously bad sequels in cinematic history, Jaws: The Revenge. Often referred to as the movie where the legendary shark franchise went belly up, this film holds a special place in the hearts of bad movie aficionados everywhere. Released in 1987, this fourth installment in the Jaws series is a textbook example of how not to make a sequel. Buckle up as we explore the murky waters of Jaws: The Revenge, where logic is optional and entertainment is accidental. The premise of Jaws: The Revenge is as bewildering as it is laughable. The film begins with Ellen Brody, now a widow after Chief Brody's off-screen demise. A polite way of saying Roy Scheider wisely opted out of this mess, believing that a great white shark is targeting her family. Yes, you heard that right. A shark, with a personal vendetta against a family. The story kicks off with the brutal death of Sean Brody, Ellen's youngest son, who was attacked by a great white shark while on a night patrol as an Amity Island police deputy. This event prompts Ellen to leave Amity Island and visit her eldest son, Michael, in the Bahamas, because naturally fleeing to a completely different ocean is the best way to escape a killer shark with an apparent global tracking device. If you thought sharks were just mindless predators, think again. Jaws: The Revenge posits that sharks are capable of intricate plotting and intercontinental travel. The film's central conceit, that a shark would follow the Brody family from the cold waters of New England to the warm Caribbean, requires a suspension of disbelief so massive it's a wonder the audience doesn't suffer from vertigo. The notion that a shark could hold a grudge and execute a targeted campaign of terror is patently absurd, yet it's played completely straight. The film even goes as far as to suggest that the shark's actions are driven by a supernatural motive. This isn't just any shark. It's a vengeful spirit with fins. Perhaps it's seeking revenge for the death of its predecessors in the previous films, though the movie never clarifies its convoluted reasoning. Special effects? More like special defects. One of the hallmarks of the original Jaws was its groundbreaking special effects, particularly the mechanical shark, affectionately known as Bruce. In contrast, Jaws: The Revenge features some of the most unconvincing special effects of its time. The shark, affectionately referred to as Bruce by fans, looks less like a fearsome predator and more like a rubber bath toy. The animatronics are laughably bad, with the shark's movements appearing stiff and unnatural. There's a scene where the shark roars. Yes, roars. Like a lion, which makes one wonder if the filmmakers understood anything about marine biology. In another scene, the shark literally stands upright in the water, defying all laws of physics and good taste. One of the few redeeming aspects of Jaws: The Revenge is the presence of the legendary Michael Caine, who plays Hoagie, a charismatic pilot. Caine's performance is surprisingly earnest, given the material he's working with. His character provides some much-needed levity and charm, even as the rest of the film flounders. Famously, Caine couldn't attend the Academy Awards to accept his Oscar for Hannah and Her Sisters because he was busy filming Jaws: The Revenge. When asked about the film, Caine quipped, "I have never seen it, but by all accounts, it is terrible. However, I have seen the house that it built, and it is terrific." Directed by Joseph Sargent, Jaws: The Revenge is a masterclass in how not to pace a thriller. The film plods along with interminable stretches where nothing of interest happens. When the shark does appear, it's either in poorly lit nighttime scenes or in broad daylight, where its rubbery texture is painfully obvious. The direction lacks any sense of urgency or tension, which is quite an achievement for a movie about a killer shark. Instead of building suspense, scenes drag on, filled with unnecessary dialogue and awkward interactions. The climactic showdown, meant to be the film's high point, is so poorly executed that it's more likely to induce giggles than gasps. The film's finale is a crescendo of absurdity that perfectly encapsulates why Jaws: The Revenge is a legendary flop. Ellen Brody, armed with newfound resolve and a speedboat, decides to confront the shark head-on. With the help of a hastily assembled homemade weapon, a boat's prow sharpened into a makeshift harpoon, she rams the shark. In an unintentionally hilarious sequence, the shark explodes upon impact. This inexplicable explosion, absent any clear reason, no dynamite or flammable substances are involved, is the cinematic equivalent of throwing up one's hands and giving up. The film's abrupt ending leaves viewers more bewildered than satisfied. Jaws, The Revenge has earned its place in the annals of bad movie history. It's frequently cited in discussions about the worst sequels ever made and has a legacy of providing unintentional comedy. The film's numerous flaws, from its ludicrous plot to its shoddy special effects, make it a prime candidate for bad movie nights and riffing sessions. Despite its many shortcomings, Jaws, The Revenge does have a peculiar charm. There's something endearing about a film that fails so spectacularly, yet manages to entertain through sheer incompetence. It's a reminder that even big-budget productions can miss the mark in the most amusing ways. In the end, Jaws, The Revenge stands as a testament to the power of cinematic missteps. It's a film that asks audiences to believe in vengeful sharks, roaring underwater predators, and spontaneous aquatic explosions. For those willing to suspend disbelief and embrace the absurd, it offers a uniquely entertaining experience. For everyone else, it's a stark warning about the dangers of franchise fatigue and the perils of taking a good idea too far. So next time you find yourself in need of a good laugh at the expense of Hollywood, remember Jaws, The Revenge, when the shark's return was indeed the biggest mistake.